Testing. All right. All right. Can everyone hear me? All right. I do have to apologize. I had to wear mask today because my family members all get COVID except me. So I have to wear mask today. Let's wait a while. Let's wait a while. Let's wait a while more. For those who just joined, please check on the Zoom chat box where I will share the link. Go to your respective Zoom chat and click on the link to join in the Nearport lesson. Today we are going to use one of the Nearport materials known as matters, energy, and nutrient cycle. Let's wait for another 3 more minutes before we start.
Hello.
Hi,
Did you got COVID, teacher Andrew?
my family members all got COVID except me. So I
Oh,
have to be masked up at home. So at any point of time, if you can't hear me, let me know. I will try to speak louder. My wife and my children got COVID, so I have to be masked up because I have to go to school in the morning. So today lesson we're going to talk about why is a healthy and sustainable ecosystem important to us, and we're going to learn, right, how do we define matter, nutrients, energy, and all those healthy lifestyles, and we're going to evaluate on ourselves, on our dietary habits, and analyze some of the food consumption across the globe. And we're going to compare the matter and energy used in current existing food form to some of the alternative proposed by people. So all they're going to do it today in the lesson. So without further ado, let us start. So as mentioned, this entire session's resources is by Nearport. I'm just taking one of their lesson materials as an example for today's session. So the guiding question for this session, right, is why is a healthy and sustainable ecosystem so important to us? So let's start. So before we begin, everyone in your Nearport now, tell me, What's the difference between matters and energy? Remember back then in the previous We Love Science series, we talked about matter, solid, liquid, gas. We talk about energy, kinetic energy, gravitational potential energy. So, what is all this? Once you get the answer, you can type out the answers. We can see from the board here. Right, I saw Alex inside already. Anna is here also. James is here. Luna is here also. So what is the difference between energy and matters? I'll give you 1 minute to type out the answers before we continue. One of the difference that I can tell you all is matter take up space, which we call it as volume. Whereas energy it's not like matter. Energy don't have any mass. So mass is one of the difference between matters and energy. The other difference that we can talk about, let me just write down first so that at least you can understand. So matter takes up space, but energy does not. All right. So we have what else? What else do we have? Matters has measurable mass. We can measure the mass of the matter, like a solid, a rock. A rock is around 10 kg in weight. Or we can say that this particular bottle contains 10 gram per cm cube of air. All right. But energy has no measurable mass. You cannot measure how heavy the energy is. All right. The next things that we can talk about is matters describe an object. All right. Whereas energy describe the property. So matter describe object, energy describe property. So these are the differences between the matter and energy. So what are some of the examples of matters? Well, example of matters we can talk about is solid, liquid, gas. What about example of energy? We talked about solar energy, talk about kinetic energy, kinetic energy, talk about uh potential energy. So after we go through the examples of the difference between the matter and energy, now we somewhat know what is going to happen in today's sessions. All right, let's carry on the next slide. So what is energy? Energy is the capacity to cause change. As discussed in previous lessons, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be conserved or converted to another form. For example, a ball is on top of the hill. The ball have potential energy. As the ball rolled down all the way from the top of the hill to the bottom of the hill, it moved down fast as far as possible. By moving, it converts potential energy to kinetic energy. So energy can only be conserved or converted, but not create or destroyed. All right. Okay. So of course, when you move something, there will be heat involved. All right. So potential energy gets converted into a bit of heat energy and kinetic energy. All right. Next up. So why is energy interlinked with the neutron cycles? Well, if you will reference back to the chapter on the food web, we have discussed and learned about producers and consumers and decomposers. Producers basically are the person that produce their own food. All right, like example, plants. Plants produce food via photosynthesis. All right, then they convert the sunlight into chemical and glucose. So producers are those living things that is can make their own food is called producer. Consumer, on the other hand, obtain energy from consuming other producers or other consumers. Basically, we as humans, we eat plants. When plants make their own food, we eat them, we obtain energy from them. So the energy is passed down from the sunlight all the way to the plants, and the plants all the way to our stomach, us, after we eat vegetables for meal, for dinner or lunch. All right. Then we have another category called the decomposers, whereby it's all those fungi and all those maggots or whatsoever. They obtain energy from the chemical bond of the dead and waste matter. So if a living thing pass away, the energy in the body will not just disappear. It will move and transfer to the all right. It will be moved and transferred to the decomposer who will eat the body of the dead and waste matter, and the energy gets passed on and on through a cycle, because energy will never be destroyed but only converted or conserved. All right, next up. So we look at this photosynthesis. So I say we look at this food web. Well, we can see that sunlight down all the way to respective living things. So all these 12 things I will send to you in a Zalo later on for you to take a look. Let's move on. Just now, as slide number 2, I've been talking about energy passing on from one living things to another living things. This process or this type of process is called energy flow. Energy flows in one direction. There's no such thing called after it flow to this side, it go back to the other side. So it will always begin with a photosynthetic organism. It will always begin with a producer. The producer, like plants, will basically obtain the energy from the sun, then converts and make food. Then it moved to herbivores, those animals that eat plants only, followed by omnivores, carnivores, and after they all pass away, or after the living thing is dead, it get transferred to the decomposer, which in then being eaten by another living things. So this energy flow is flowing one direction throughout. There's no such thing called the energy going back to the date, etc. All right. So let's carry on now. So some example as follows. The leaves is from the producer. It's eaten by the caterpillar, so the energy flows from the leaf to the caterpillar. Then the chameleons eat the caterpillar, the energy is passed down to here. Then it get eaten by the snake, whereby the energy is flowed to snake. And last but not least, it get eaten by this mongoose. So energy flows from one direction only. All right, it can never go the other way, because whatever you eat inside your stomach, it unable to you is dead. It cannot be come out again. All right. Next up, just now we talk about energy flow being converted, being flown in one direction or another. What about matters? Is it the same as the rest? Well, matters is all physical substance. Basically we have air, solid, liquid, gas. The air is a gas. We have liquid water. Living thing need water to survive. We have solid like food. So matter is needed for an organism to grow, survive, and produce. And this particular matter is called nutrients. So this is the interlink. All right. Energy and matter, even though they are different, but in order for the energy to flow from one side to another, living things need to grow, survive, and reproduce. And all these materials is called nutrients, and nutrient is a matter. There's an interconnection between both of them. All right, let's carry on. So matters in nutrient cycle. Sorry, producer and consumer obtains matter from the atmosphere, the air, water, liquid, or soil, solid. So this is producer. Consumer obtain matters from the organism they consume. If let's say human, we eat we eat vegetables, all right? When we eat vegetables, the nutrients from the vegetables will be absorbed by us, our human body. And remember one thing is nutrients cannot cycle without the flow of energy. Energy must be transferred from one living thing to another by either consuming it. All right. Then from there, the nutrients then can be passed over to another side. All right. So nutrients can enter or exit an ecosystem at any point and can cycle around the planet. Doesn't need to say that okay, this particular nutrients is only in Singapore. This particular nutrient can also be in Vietnam or in China or America or Europe. Can be anywhere as long as there's a flow of energy. All right. Next up. All right, so this is an example. We use a plant life cycle as an example of showing matter in the nutrient cycle. So first we have the adult plant. After it die off, it will decay, it will decompose, and it will back to the soil. And then soil grow into a new plant. When there's seed, the seed will absorb the nutrients from the decomposition as fertilizer and grow back again. This cycle continues from the beginning of the earth until today. This is called the matters in nutrients cycle. All right, let's move on to the nutrient cycle in proper. All right, nutrient cycle. Water, the chemistry, the chemicals symbol is H2O. Oxygen, O2, and glucose. Glucose, the chemical symbol is C6H12O6. Are some of the examples of nutrients consumed and used by organism or will get passed down as waste. So no matter what, when a matter is being consumed, it will be returned to the atmosphere, all right, and re-enter the cycle again. This is the nutrient cycle. Next up, we have two types of respiration. One is aerobic, and the other one is called anaerobic. So, what is aerobic? Aerobic respiration unlocks the energy and store in the food as chemical energy. So basically, it unlocks the energy that's in the food. All right. Next up, we have anaerobic. Anaerobic respiration use glucose to produce small amount of chemical energy for a short burst. Let's say you want to run 2.4 kilometers. You want to run a marathon. When you are about to start, all right. When you're about to start, your body will have these anaerobics respirations in take place that give you a short burst to produce an energy boost for your marathon. All right. Next up, compose. One example of an aerobic process is whereby organic materials decompose and return to the soil. Composting produces carbon dioxide and heat and makes soil nutrients rich. This is an example of an aerobic process. All right. Next up. Now, let's look at us. Let's look at how the world most impactful consumer humans like us affect the flow of matters and energy. In order for me to proceed to the next slide, let us all spend the next few seconds to think about what type of food we eat days back, or what type of food you eat on a typical day. Well, teacher Andrew today ate fried noodles and some fast food like McDonald's. What about you guys? Well, you can share with me on your chat, or you can share with me later after the lesson. All right. Next up, now in your respective near port now, you will see an activity known as what you eat for lunch, what you eat for dinner, what you eat for snacks. So now I want you all to right now what have you eaten today? What is your lunch? Or what is yesterday dinner? Or what is snacks? You can write down now. I'll give you 1 minute. Let's say teacher Andrew, this lunchtime I ate McDonald's. So I just spell MC. All right, I ate McChicken. I ate McChicken. All right. Then for a snack, for dinner, teacher Andrew haven't eaten dinner yet. So I will see yesterday. Yesterday I ate I ate what did I eat? Ah, I ate fried rice. Then for snack I ate dim sum and wonton. So these are the example there. These are some of the things that I ate. Let me see the students what you ate. Did not eat? Don't know. Okay. All right. Okay. Fish, meat. All right. We have rice, noodles, milk. Nice. That's a lot of food. All right. Ramen. Don't need too much McDonald's. Okay, I saw some of the people now. Don't eat too much McDonald's. All right, I will stop eating McDonald's for a while. I guess I have to be healthy a bit. All right. Ramen. Wow, that's a very nice ramen. So we eat ramen. Wow. All right. So we have seen vegetable. We have seen pizza, fish, rice, mango. Wow. Angela is very healthy. I wish I can be like you. Teacher Andrew hardly have eat any fruits because Teacher Andrew a bit hate fruits, but well, shall give a shot. All right. How can I do that? Okay, I'll give you the link now for all people who just join us. Please join us on our Nearport lessons. This is the link to join in the Nearport lesson in order for you to draw activities. To this session, there will be a lot of drawings, a lot of discussion because it's meant to be interactive where learning is fun through this way. All right, I shall wait a while more. We have Brad. Okay, well done, Brad. All right, we have some people who eat ramen. All right, we have some people who eat soup, fish, vegetables, chicken, some cookies. All right. All right, I'll give you one more. I'll give you 1 more minutes before we proceed. All right, sure. I'll wait a bit. Don't worry. You have 1 more minutes. All right. All right. 30 seconds more. All right. Okay. All right. It's time for me to stop it. Okay, stop it. All right. Now, let's draw a pie chart. All right. That shows a proportions of your food in this category. So if you look carefully at this particular picture, right, we have a plate that's being cut into four parts: fruits, grain, proteins, and vegetables. So you can draw also, you can draw a circle like this. Then you can cut into four parts. Then you tell me. then you tell me what do you have here. All right, you can write here. You can put a text here, and we can write here. You ate. So I ate rice. I ate ramen. Okay, example ramen noodles. Okay, then I can say that I eat. Then this part is the fruits. Teacher Andrew don't eat fruits. So no fruit here. So we have. Then we have another text here. I will write here. Another text box. I here. It's all the vegetables. Teacher Andrew eat vegetables. Yes. Broccoli. Okay. Then we have okay, okay. Then what about protein? Protein is all the eggs all the meat what Andrew love meat. So chicken is here. Then we have beef. Then we have eggs. Yum yum. All right. So let's see you guys. Wow, that's a lot. Eh, all right. All right. We have grape. Wow, someone eat grape. That's well done. Then we have what else we have? Egg. We have fruits. Yes, correct. Lentils. All right. All right. Go give me one more minute. Then we can stop. Then we can keep on. Any point of time, if you think that I'm too soft, let me know. I'm sorry I have to wear mask today because all my family members got COVID except me. So I have to protect myself and because I have to go school tomorrow for work. All right. All right. So okay. So let's proceed now. So you have drawn your own pie chart now. That's great. Now let's proceed. Okay. Now students, look at this particular website now. This is the average daily dietary energy consumption per capita in a country. So the first one is ranked at Ireland. Ireland is the first. So food consumption is the amount of food available for food consumption. So all right. So based on this table, right, you can see all the countries that are listed here. All right. Of course, some people will say, teacher, why do you use Wikipedia? Well, the table itself, right? You can see the reference here. There's all the reference and below we can see whether is it true or false. But for now, to speed up lesson, I'll just use Wikipedia for the time being. All right, so all the countries here are saying how much food intakes they take at the year 2018. So let's see where it is Vietnam. Vietnam's intake is 3,035 kilocalories per day per capita, whereas Singapore Singapore is not found. So Singapore don't make it to the top. All right. So from this, right, this table is from the UN. So what does the data not reveal? Based on this thing, what can we refer and what data is not shown here in order to justify the food consumption? Well, the things that's not shown here is the number of, you see here, this is the answer is here. All right. Food consumption is the amount of food available for human consumption as estimate in our world in data. However, the actual food consumption may be lower than the quantity shown as food availability depends on the wastage and losses of food in the household. So this data is not somewhat not accurate because it did not show the number of wastage and losses of food in a household. For example, during cooking, your mom accidentally break the egg on the floor. That is considered food wastage. So in order to actually find out what exactly is right, the best way is right to have a table of to calculate the food wastage. All right. So let's carry on. Now we talk about calories. All right. So what is calories? We heard of lower your calories to be a healthy lifestyle here and there. So why is calorie? Why people are so obsessed with calories? Well, according to the UN's data, the average minimum daily energy requirement is about 1,800 kilocalories per person. The country listed show a much higher level of consumption, with the US being high on the list. But it did not show the age, so we don't know each group, age range they eat how many. All right. So this all these factors leads to sustainable food supply. Well, providing food for a growing population is challenging. So every time we do right, and whatever we think we do, or whatever things the government do, will affect all the metals and energy across multiple ecosystems. For example, let's say a country A, agriculture use 70% of water. Human takes up to all the water of stream, river, and lakes, and the capacity to expand is limited because human is using the remaining. So all these factors will affect the sustainability. Just like the war in Ukraine and Russia, previously in earlier on the year, it affect the rice export, the food exports. All right. With that, right? So basically, any decision the government makes will affect the food supply if it's not cautioned enough. All right. So let's carry on. So let us go on a virtual tour, shall we? This virtual tour will show you one of the food inside. So let me see how do I call it. Okay, so this virtual tour now. On the next slide, right, everyone will be going to a chamber in Germany where all the ribs and sausages are being made. As you explore the room, think about some question whereby how many people it will fit. Like in this room, all the meat once being done or cooked, how many people can it fit? And what methods or energy is used to raise the livestock or process the meat or deliver it? Is it a sustainable process? Let us discuss after we view the VR, all right? Let's view it now. So on your respective devices now, let's give it time to load. You'll be seeing the field trip, and you can enter VR. From this you can see that I can move my mouse everywhere I go. Look at so many meat. There's so many sausages meat. How many people can all the meat in this room fit? Or how many people can it fit? Look at all the sausages at different levels on top and below. Wow, that's A lot of food. So, can I have a show of hands? How many people think how many can it fit? Can it fit? All right, yes, Luna. So how many?
That probably depends on how much the people buy the meat.
All right, let's say everyone only can eat meat. How many people do you think this meat can feed? How many people?
Maybe about 100 million. Maybe 100.
100 million. Wow, that's a very nice number. So if this room can fit up to 100 billion people. That's a very good amount. Thank you very much, Luna. What about the rest? Tell me some answer. How many people do you think the room meat can fit? Yes, Mingan.
Well, to consider that, uh, it also depends on how many the people eat and um like how many long do they eat them. So this could theoretically feed like a few thousand people because that is still a large amount of food, to be fair.
All right, very good. So from there, thanks, Mingan. So from there, right? Yes. So Alice, tells me, tell me, how many people do you think can feed?
For me, I think for fat people, I think just a few hundreds people can eat it if they're fat. But if those people
Okay.
are like thin, they about thousands of people could eat all of it. And for people that are losing weight, I think millions of people.
Correct. So you're right. So this room, right, can fit up to 100 or 1,000 of people depending on the size they bought. So what is the purpose of showing you this ER? It's because right, we want to know, right, from in order to become a processed meat, what does it go through? So to become a processed meat, right, first you need to raise cattle or raise animals. So by taking care of animals, by giving tender loving care, giving food and shelter before it grown up to become eatable. Then after it's eatable, you have to spend time to cook it. You have to spend time and energy to cook it. Is it sustainable? Let's say these people only know how to eat meat. Is this process of raising the cattle, raising the pig, and then processing it through the boiler or roasted it, and deliver it to the respective supermarket to sell it to consumers? Is this process sustainable? There is no right or wrong answer. Tell me your opinion. Yes, Lynn. What's your opinion?
Sustainable.
Why? Why is it sustainable? Like I say, there's no right or wrong. You can just tell me anything you feel like is the answer. Some people can say not sustainable. Some people can say sustainable. All right, thank you, Lynn. Yes, this is Thai, is it?
Hello.
Hi, hi.
Hi. Hi.
Nice,
Sustainable.
nice.
Sustainable. Okay.
Yes. Why is
Okay.
sustainable? Why?
Oh, it's
There is no right or wrong.
okay. I'm wrong. No, 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 no.
No, no. It's okay. There's no right or wrong answer. Is it's up to how you explain. Okay.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah, you can try to explain if you want.
Um, no, I have I'm wrong.
No, you are correct. You're correct. There's no right or wrong. There's no correct answer or right answer. All right, no worries. Let me just explain to everyone why I say there's no right or wrong answer. Okay, the first thing first, right? We look at all the factors. Let me just oh, someone answer. Okay, or this person is okay, okay. All right, let's carry on. So, why is it sustainable? First thing first, when you raise a cattle, livestock production is not a major contributor of greenhouse gas emission. So means to say that, right, all the agriculture's delivery, right, they do not produce much greenhouse gas. Based on US statistic, right, it shows that agriculture delivery truck, the one that used to deliver this meat, only contribute 7% of it. And the second thing why is it sustainable is because it takes far less water to produce 1 pound of boneless beef than other products. And we talk about the food wise to raise the animal. Grain feed beef is more environment sustainable than grass feed. So I give grains to the cow, it will become more sustainable and environmental friendly as well. So given all these criteria, low greenhouse gas emission from the trucks that delivers, feeding the cattle with grains, and also using less water to produce a boneless beef, and also nowadays the cattle operation is very environmental friendly. So all these things we can say that it is sustainable. All right. So next up, so let's hear another proposal. Just now we talk about a room with a lot of beef, right, is sustainable. Let us hear on this video on another alternative. So let's play now.
Okay, these are super worms. They're a type of mealworm. They're really crispy. They're really good. I'm Monica Martinez. I'm the founder and owner of Don Bullito. I call it the first edible insect food business in the United States. A lot of people have a misconception that these guys live in the ground, in the dirt, and they associate dirt with dirtiness and like yuck.
Some people find the idea inherently disgusting.
That looks pretty disgusting.
You want to try one?
Would
you try one?
Nah. It doesn't take long before that barrier in your head just disappears and you realize what I'm looking at here is just food. There's nothing weird about it. It's obvious that this is going to be part of our food supply going forward.
My name's Megan Miller and I'm the founder of Biddy Foods. In every one of our cookies, there's about 15 crickets, but they're in the form of powder, so you wouldn't be able to tell. 80% of the world's cultures already eat edible insects, from Southeast Asia to Latin America to Africa. Basically, the Western world is the only holdout.
No, I don't eat insects.
I've seen other people eat insects, but it's not really something I've ever wanted to try.
I'll get my protein from beef, from meat products. I don't want to eat an insect.
We're trying to, educate people about the benefits of eating insects, how to maybe slowly start replacing maybe one dish of protein like fish, poultry, or beef, or red meat, and start using insects.
Would you try one of these bugs here?
Okay.
Yeah? Yeah, totally open to that, yeah.
I would be down to try. Huh.
By the year 2050, there's going to be an additional 2 billion people on the planet. And economists are saying that our current agricultural system can't be scaled to feed all of those people in the way that they're being fed right now. So by introducing an additional sustainable protein source into the food system, we're going to have a lot more resources to feed people.
There's this huge chance for insects to form a part of the solution we need to address the problems of food security in the 21st century. We're basically helping take insects insect farming from pre-industrial levels up to where the rest of modern farming is at.
What we're doing right now is trying to get more people raising insects sustainably on a commercial scale so that we can start to get a larger supply so that the edible insect companies will have a supply that we can use to get this food source into the mainstream.
We've got to get to the point where insect production happens as part of kind of an industrial process, which is heavily automated, doesn't require a lot of manual input from humans and basically physically moving stuff around.
Edible insects have the potential to reduce global greenhouse gases because they consume a lot less resources and they emit far less methane than other kinds of animals.
Okay, well, looking at it is not quite what I had in mind, but
Tastes like a chip.
Crunchy.
Like a little cracker.
These guys don't have cholesterol, saturated fats. I mean, edible insects are not only a healthier diet, but also they're sustainable, they're ecological. So it's a good alternative to start thinking also about all the waste production that we generate.
this is horrible.
Not as crazy as I thought it would be.
It's not that bad.
I like it.
All right. Okay, let's carry on then. All right. So now, back to this, students. Now you all share. Is insect the real alternative to meat? Will you eat insects instead of cow or pigs? Let me know in the comment sections. All right. So let us see the comment section. So now, will you eat insects, or shall I say, is insects gonna be the same as the meat, the nutrients, everything? Is it gonna be like? Well, we have super warm, we have fresh, we have worms. Yes. Yeah. So, do you want to eat insects? My question number one: do you want to eat insects? Is insects is insect proposal a more viable solution to feeding the world in terms of matters and energy than meat? So basically, your answer should be right. Are you willing to try eating insects? Is insects an alternative to meat? Yes, Luna.
Would eat some insect. I would eat insects.
I see. All right. No worries. There's no right or wrong. Thank you very much, Luna. Yes.
Oh yes. It's a to me.
So are you willing to eat it? And is insect alternative to meat? All right. Yes, Peter. All right. So what is the so what is the transfer of energy flow if we use insects, or let's say we consume insects in
Before
okay.
you tell me, okay,
All right, Peter. Yes.
I think the energy and the nutrition
All
from
right.
the insect.
All right.
Please, I pretty want to say it as like cricket.
Crickets. All right.
It would be consumed by our body
Understand. So both you're also trying to say that both nutrients from the meat and insects will all be used by our body, consumed by our body. Am I right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Peter. Well done. Thank you, Peter. All right. Let's have Alice then.
Yes.
Yup. You raise your hand.
Uh, what question do you want to ask me?
What is the transfer energy flow if we consume insect? For example, now, right, if it's meat, right, we have the sun. Then the plant use the sun to make food, which is consumed by the cattle or pig. Then they are then consumed by the humans. If let's say we consume insects, what is the energy flow? What is the difference?
Well, I think the insects can eat meat, but plants don't. And we don't get as much as energy from insects than plants.
All right, thank you, Alice. All right, let's see the answer. Yes, I think I can't eat insect on me because okay, disgusting. All right, it's disgusting. Wow. Okay. Yes. No. No way. Only looking at the insect made me disgust. All right. So it seems that the insects are not very popular yet. All right. But in so I'll skip this question now. Today's topic, right, is all about healthier options, metals, energy, and nutrients. Perhaps you are the adventurous type, or you are the more conventional type. Either way, we as humans, we can modify our diets to create a healthier body and the planet. So we can choose our own food. All right. So let's reflect. Why should we consider where we get our calories, energies? Yes, Mingan. Mingan,
Uh,
yes. Why
what is
should yeah the question is why should we consider where we get our source of energy? Why can't
because
we just eat?
um because food comes in a lot of forms. Like battery, please charge. Oh my. Okay. So um, there's food comes from different sources, like from fat and stuff like that. And maybe like fat people eat more fat, it wouldn't be good for them. So um, it would be better for them to consume that something that does that have like the same kind of calories, but don't have the same fat.
All right, thank you, Mingan. The other reason why we should consider where we get our calorie energy is because of the current global warming. The Earth is currently warm up. We can see the ice at the North Pole and South Pole is melting. So for those people who are environmentalists, they will tend to consider where to cut off the greenhouse emissions. They will find ways to prevent the world from getting more hotter and hotter. Through this, they will be thinking of through this, right, we should consider where we're gonna get our calorie energy. Does this particular meat came from this particular location that require many truck delivery, so on and so forth. But for normal people outside, they won't consider much. But for scientific point of view, those scientific research paper, they will be targeting on the different factors for you to choose. So, like example, we choose to eat fruits and vegetables to maintain it healthy. So we consider some food in order to make us healthy. Like for example, Teacher Andrew be eating fast food. Teacher Andrew is not healthy. Teacher Andrew body get sick if I don't control my diet. So thanks, James. You got a right answer. The other than the environmentalists, we talk about healthy lifestyles. If you want to be healthy, you should consider where you're gonna eat, what you want to eat. All right. Then we have health. Yes, correct. Healthier living. Then if people gonna consume calories needed every day, healthy lifestyle for people try to lose some weight. Like Teacher Andrew is gonna lose some weight because I'm 120 kg, so I should eat more vegetables. I have to consider different calorie intakes. Yes, you're right. Well done. Very good job. Yes, you don't eat worms. Okay, worm is delicious. Well done. All right. So that's all for today's sessions. I will see you uh next week for another episode of We Love Science. All right. I will send to this link to the Zalo group later for you all to use it during your free time. All right.
Hey you, please give me the link to the Zoom.
Ken, I will send it. I will send it in
No,
the
no, no,
Zalo
no.
group now.
I want to link to come to Zoom.
Bye.
Or the link to come to Zoom, is it? Bye bye. Okay, let me just give you a
Give me
link
the
first.
link. Give me the link.
Can let me just find the link for you first. One moment.
Where are you going? I
Give me
think
the
so.
link.
You can in first.
Yeah, I sent already. The link is there.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. All right. Once again, I apologize because my family all got COVID positive. I'm the only one negative. So I have to wear mask at home. So I apologize. Previously, my audio not clear. Yes.
Helen and Ray, you have no hair. It looks like my dance. No have hair.
Well, it's getting hotter in Singapore, and the cuts bald in order to make myself more cooling.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So take care. I'll see you next time when I see you. All right. Bye bye. Enjoy.
I'll see you
Bye
next week.
bye, Uncle Teacher.
Bye bye.
Bye, Andrew. Bye bye.
Bye.